Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is you're having. My name is Judy Matejchet, transformational coach and paradigm shifters. And this is Transformation Tuesday for November 12th, 2024. So let's take a deep breath into this day and this time in total gratitude in whatever it is that you're having or doing. So I wanted to start out with a core value of mine. Okay, so for welcome everyone first, but this is a core value of mine that we believe in people and that we know that each one of us is far more powerful and contains more potential than any circumstance, situation, or condition. So Transformation Tuesday, we've been coming live every Tuesday since March of 2020. We've come through live through COVID. We've come through live through ice storms and fires. And we show up. We keep showing up. So we started out with maybe about 25. Now we're up to a couple thousand, all over the globe. And it's been my pleasure to interview and bring guest speakers who are perfect for this time. So November of 2024, we are studying the book and the Optimist Creed. The Optimist Creed, and I put that in the chat. And one of the, I just want to take the very first promise in the Optimist Creed as we go through. I promise myself to be so strong that nothing can disturb my peace of mind. So let's take that in, the first promise. And I want to read this little thing. And I was listening today to Martina McBride's song, Do It Anyway. So let me do this, and then I'm going to introduce you to good old River, my buddy in the Northeast. So let's take a deep breath in. And this is called Do It Anyway. You can spend your whole life building something for nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so hard to reach, and you know it might not ever come your way. Dream it anyway. This world's gone crazy, and it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. You can pour your soul out singing a song that you believe in, and tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Do it anyway, believe it anyway, trust it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love anyway. So we're here with Easter. River, Easter, my friend from up north west. And let me tell you a little bit about Easter and why we were thinking this is perfect for today. So Coach River Easter, she is an international mindset coach known for helping individuals create a positive changes they would love in their life and step into that full potential. So I love this. River's journey is as unique as her approach. She spent her teenage years roaming the forest of the Pacific Northwest, mostly feral, exploring the wilds on horseback. Her deep connection to the wilderness led her to earn a degree in forest management, followed by 12 years in environmental policy and planning. River now holds a master in organizational development and a certification in neuroscience for business leaders from MIT, along with expertise in conflict resolution and mindfulness. With a big toolbox and an integrated, no-nonsense approach, River helps clients break free from limiting patterns, giving them the confidence and freedom to create a life they love. So welcome, River. Come on in here. And yeah, tell us about what you're feeling, what you're doing, and about maybe, well, you know what I mean. The environment, the trees, what you've learned over the years.
Well, I love that you are doing this on actually, I'm just going to do this. Let's just start out right away. We might all feel like this right now, right? And so I think that what you said with the Optimist Creed is so perfect. Because how can we be stronger? And the belief that you and I, because we're both trained by Mary Morrissey, is that the power that's breathing us is more powerful than any of our circumstances. And if there's any time to walk our talk, it's right now, baby. And so I think I mean, one of the reasons I named my organization Ripple Effect Consulting is because throughout my life, and I did grow up, we had like no running water. We grew up in Southwest Washington, or when I was a teenager, we moved down to the middle of nowhere. So went from regular, like, pretty suburban lifestyle to like, what happened here? And so my horse was my best friend, and we lived really differently. We didn't have running water. We didn't have electricity for quite a few of those years. And we had to rely on our own strengths and our own resilience. And I think that that made me a very resilient person. And so even though, and so this is another time that we can be really resilient. And getting back to organization, or the naming my business when I was in organizational change and transformation, is really change starts from within. And so uh, I think it's time for us, wherever you might be, to really look at what your values are and what you really believe in. And it's a way to recalibrate, right? It's like, okay, I need to recalibrate right now and do what you need to do for yourself. And what I need to do for myself may look different than what my family needs to do, or what Judy needs to do, or what somebody else needs to do. But it's okay, just as long as you're coming from a place that is centered and grounded. And I know when we get into these places of, I'm doing a gratitude challenge this week because I thought if there was any place that we needed to really strengthen our muscles, right? Because being stronger, what was the saying in the Optimist Creed? Being stronger, then what's happening outside. So can you read that again? Because I really love that.
Yeah, sure. The Optimist Creed said it's, I think, 12 different promises to yourself. The first one that I read was to be so, I promised myself, and if you want to, put your hand on your heart too. I promised myself to be so strong that nothing can disturb my peace of mind. And then it goes on what you were just saying. Let's see. I to give so much time to the improvement of myself that I have no time to criticize others. How powerful a statement is that? Let me
Yeah.
repeat that one. To be to give so much time to the improvement of myself that I have no time to criticize others.
Mhm.
And you know what? It meant so different last week than it does this week. So I feel that, you know, being called, and one of the things that I love about you, River, is that you have studied and lived in the trees. Here's
Yes.
my tree hugger buddy. Can you tell us something about what you've learned? Like, your trees are standing and they've got roots grounded. Can you tell us a little bit about that and the strength that you get from your environment?
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying about change is from within, and that really getting back to what you need is that a trees or the environment, even if you're in an apartment, say, and you can't really see a lot of trees. You can even put images up of trees, but they calm your nervous system because and what like I was saying, we need to recalibrate right now because of where we might be, where people, there's a lot, and it's been a lot of messages of fear. And when we are in fear, we're in the saboteur portion of our brain, and that limits us. We're going to get more of the same if we make decisions from that place. And so we need to interrupt that saboteur pathway and access the pathway of our, or, activate the region of our brain that has joy and creativity and purpose and curiosity and empathy and love. Because over here, when we're in our the negative saboteur pathway, and everybody, the other thing is there's a real contagion that goes on. One person starts to get into that fear, and this is so bad, and blah blah blah, or what's going to happen, and it creates a contagion. And so other people will, because who we are being, we're all connected. And so who I'm being, I'm rippling that energy out into the world. And that's why I decided, man, we need to do a gratitude challenge, because we need to, be in be able to recalibrate our nervous systems, to be able to generate state, and have that muscle so that we can intercept when we're going down that path. And that's why nature is something that we can turn to, because there's all kinds of studies now that are coming out. And this is ancient wisdom. Okay. Like, I went to the Alhambra in Granada in Spain in 2019. And they were very clear, if you were feeling off, ungrounded, uncentered, to go into nature. And so that's why they had so much nature all around them, and they put it into their cities, and there's paths and there's water. And so it's not new information that, and I forget the exact prayer that they had, or the exact saying, but it was all about that. If you're feeling off, go to nature. Nature is going to help you, is going to soothe you. Now, there's research now that we have that actually shows the positive effects of the environment into reducing stress. And whenever you can reduce stress, you're also recalibrating your nervous system. And so you're getting out of that fight or flight fear pathway. And so I think more than ever, the environment, your out environment, because we were talking a little bit about this, Judy, is that we want to be able to have an our outer environment is going to impact our inner environment, and our inner environment is also going to impact the systems that we're part of, our family, our community, our work, right? And so and so anything that we can do to set ourselves up for being healthier, to be more successful, to be more grounded, and trees or any kind of nature. And I love going to cities that have lots of nature. There's lots of cities that have little spaces. Like I went to Savannah last year. Savannah has all these great little squares that you can go to, you know? So you can find your place, find places that are going to feed your soul, and you're going to feel that, and you'll feel the energy. I just went to a place where there's going to be a big festival. I took a friend there, and as soon as I got out of the car, I was like, wow, this is a really high energy place. And you can create a high energy place by the intentions that you're putting into it.
Right there, right there. Can you repeat that? Because that's something, pick up your pens, everybody. Because it comes down to like, okay, setting the intention, right? So I want you to repeat that because
Yeah, so
that's
you
what
can,
today's about, setting intentions. We're not doing a spiritual bypass. That's not what we're doing here. I think we wanted to bring in tools and strategies of what we can do. For me, it's getting into I I want to put it like, okay, making some notes. Okay.
okay, let me just repeat what I just said though.
Yes,
Okay,
please do.
so what I just said is that you can make a high energy place in your wherever whatever space you are at. You in your home, you can create a high energy place by one, setting the intention of of that space, and then creating it just the way that you want, that gives you that energy. And it doesn't matter how, I mean, I've seen people who have a, a terrace or some kind of little balcony, and they've made it beautiful. And when I was in Tokyo, it was just amazing. They have these little small places, but they have so much intention about the a little water feature that they have, a few plants that they have, that it and keeping it really neat. And that creates high intention. So I think more than ever, we need to be impeccable about our intention, both inside and outside.
Yeah, mic drop right there. I just as an example, what was brought up here last Wednesday, right? A week ago, I was like into like so much whatever that was, confusion, like all that, and I knew I needed to get my body out of the space I'm in physically. And I went
Mhm.
down to this brand new library, Cedar Park Library, that opened up. And they've been working on it. And I walked in and I I found a place to sit and do my work on the second floor, giant windows at the top of the trees, and it overlooked the courtyard where all these moms were there reading books to their kids. And I just watched. I'm like, that's energy there. That's nurturing energy. That's mothers, grandmothers, fathers out there in nature. The playgrounds are all natural playgrounds, a little stream walking there. And I was above it looking down where it was real quiet where I was. But when later when I walked down and saw this chatter, the kids and everything, I'm like, whoa, I'm going to go back up in the silence because it was like sometimes I get distracted by the chatter, like that, whether it's good or bad chatter. But I wanted to get into quiet and observe from a distance what I needed to feel my soul. Not only that nature is going and still going strong, but the nurturing of the moms and dads and grandmas or whatever. It just opened up. They were all excited. And that for me, it's the generational calmness, the generational we're growing. It's what one of our friends calls the rhizome era, where our roots are getting stronger and grounded. So that
Mhm.
brought me back there. Exactly what you said, setting an intention. Okay, so I set an intention today and I'm cool. What do I do tomorrow? Is it a one and done? I'm asking you a question.
Oh, that's my question. Okay, that's
Yeah.
me. Okay, I'm next.
I
With
love
that,
the fact that you're doing a challenge this week, but tell me about it. Like, oh, okay, I did that yesterday. I don't need to do it today. And I know what we teach. It's like those old limiting beliefs, like everything, this and that. They, for me, they are all consuming if I'm not consistent. This is
yes, is it one and done? It's just like I tell, I didn't really know what gratitude was until I actually learned it from Mary Morrissey, my mentor. And then I was like, oh, wow, I mean, practicing gratitude totally changed my life. Is it, what is it and what is it not? And is it, and it's choosing, right? So it's a, it's a whole mind body connection, right? I'm being grateful is a state of being, and it is okay, what can I be grateful for in this moment? I'm choosing in this moment to be grateful. I'm also and I'm feeling it in my body. So I like what you said. I mean, it's something like intention. My intention is to be at a state of being that is for possibility, for expansion. If I am in a state of where you're uh, one of your saboteurs is your judge, and if my it judges you, it judges others, and it judges also circumstances. So if I'm judging a particular circumstance, whether no matter how big or how small, we have some, you know, and if I'm saying that's wrong, 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 this is bad, 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 that is not going to have me in a state of possibility. And you're arguing with reality, which or Byron Katie is always like, if argue with reality, what that's you're hitting your head against a brick wall. And so I think, am I doing this perfectly? No. Do I go back? I mean, I'll talk to somebody and might start going down the train of like, oh my God, you know, and I have to choose. No, wait. And I love going back to that that the power breathing us is more powerful than any of our circumstances. And again, you have to have these little touchstones, like what I, you know, touchdowns. Hey, I'm more powerful. There is there's infinite intelligence at work. And I'm going to go back to the trees because I know how much you love the trees. There, go as you're getting stronger, right? Because we need we have to develop our muscle and take care of ourselves and develop our muscle for when we have big upsets and in our lives. And so you can always go into nature to help to nurture yourself so that you can actually make make the choice of, you know what, no, I'm going to choose to live from love versus fear. And that's really a practice that to do all the time, right? It's not one and done. We don't just set our intention and be like we're on autopilot. Unfortunately, we always have things coming at us that are going to trigger us. And that's why having that muscle and intercepting that muscle, and oh, I'm going to go back to that song. I have to get what you just said about that song, sing it anyway, do it anyway. That just brought tears to my eyes because that's really the power of the human spirit. If you look back in time, people have gone through amazing things. And I just look back about just even the people in my lifetime, like Gandhi, very inspirational person to me. He was not living in fear. He was choosing to live from love and making decisions from love, not fear.
Well, I'm gonna take another deep breath here, and what I would love to do is, since you brought the peace song, that song up, but I want to end with that. But before we end with that, what I would love to do now is, well, first of all, in gratitude for you for coming in and being the light in the world that you are with a ripple of effects. I was just throwing some rocks in a stream with my granddaughter the other day, and that brought that up too. It's like,
Yeah.
and I wanted to take it and splash it, and it was stuff. And my daughter goes, "Don't you dare splash us!" And I'm like, "Oh," but the joy in that. But what I would love to ask you is, Ripple. I mean, Ripple, Ripple.
And the ripple
No,
effect. Yes, I love
what
it.
what can we hold for you? And I know you have this gratitude experience. I love it. Everybody here, are we down? But tell us, what can we hold for you in you and all of the people you touch? What would you love to have us as a global community hold for you, River? What would you love?
Well, what I would love is, well, everybody share my gratitude challenge with everybody because it's going on now, but you have the recording so you can jump in, share with others, because that's what I'm doing now, and that's what you're doing right now, is that we are here to inspire others and motivate others and give people the tools when things don't look so great. And so I think, just holding that I'm creating my ripple effect in the world so that we can raise the consciousness on the planet.
All right, are you ready?
I am.
Get some energy going here. All right. And all over the globe, we are going to create energy, create that energy, create energy, and we're going to shoot it over to you, and you can ripple it wherever you want to do it. You ready to catch it? This
I
is your
am.
whoosh. There you go. Ripple on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end with the words of that song. It's called Do It Anyway. Martina McBride. The music is really good. I just pulled a couple verses out. So let's take a deep breath, and we're going to end on this note. Yeah, do it anyway. You can spend your whole life building something for nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so hard to reach, and you know it might never come your way. Dream it anyway. This world's gone crazy, and it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be a better day. Believe it anyway. You can pour your soul out singing a song that you believe in, and tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Do it anyway. Believe it anyway. Trust it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love anyway. Amen. Transformation Tuesday. And I love you and bless you and everyone out there, and reach out. Reach out.
Yes.
Very important. Okay.
All right.
See you next week.
Thank you. Awesome, Judy, as always. Mwah.